Howdy everybody and welcome to Dreammakers. I'm your host Johnny Piazza, and today's episode's gonna be kind of a special show because today we're gonna be telling you a story. And the story is called The Fall and Rise of Anthony Thompson, and it's all about redemption. Now, I've never read this either, so we're gonna be taking this journey together. And I think that we should go ahead and get it started right here on Dreammakers. Once upon a time, there was a young man named Anthony Thompson who became a recipient of the Outdoor Adventure Foundation. So we're gonna start this episode out with a turkey hunt, and then after that, we're going after pronghorn antelope. And this whole story goes to show that when you're hunting, things don't always work out the way that you thought they would. And that's why we love it. That's what makes hunting hunting. It's all about the action, the adventure, and the unknown of you never knowing what's truly gonna happen. So let me tell you a little bit about Anthony. Anthony's a wonderful young man who unfortunately got diagnosed with brain cancer. But Anthony's family has been with him through and through for the entire process, and they've really been helping him get back on track and hopefully recover. And included in that is his grandfather. His grandfather's always there for him, and he's actually gonna be joining in with Anthony on this hunt.
He had come home one day and he told Mom he could see green in that one eye. So he thought it was maybe a floater. So they went to the eye doctor the next day, and then the eye doctor wanted to have him MRI. Well, that's when they found that tumor on his brain. And that turkey hunting today should really make him happy. That's why I said, I'll sit here all day, leave him hunt. Hunting and fishing, he goes nuts, likes to go hunting and fishing. Hope he sees one back there and stuff.
So this turkey hunt's gonna take place in North Dakota. And many of you might not think about North Dakota when you think about turkey hunting, but the Outdoor Adventure Foundation does, because we take a lot of our recipients turkey hunting in North Dakota, and they often have a lot of success. And the thing about Anthony is, he didn't really know what he wanted his outdoor adventure to be. He just knew that he wanted to go hunting. So the guys at the Outdoor Adventure Foundation hooked it up, and they wanted to take Anthony on a turkey hunt. And he said, sounds good. So turkey hunting is an awesome outdoor adventure for our recipients because most of our recipients are children or kids. And to be honest with you, sitting in a deer stand all day long, although we love it as hunters, it's tough on younger people. So the good thing about turkey hunting is you can get up and move and make some strategies and try some different things, and you get to hear the gobbling and you get to be really a part of the experience, which is awesome for these younger hunters. And it's gonna be perfect for Anthony to go out there and experience some action. So helping out on this hunt is Outdoor Adventure Foundation volunteer Paul. And Paul is awesome. Paul takes out a lot of our turkey hunters. And the thing about Paul is his place, it is absolutely loaded with turkeys. So helping out on this hunt is the Outdoor Adventure Foundation founder, Brian Solom. And then also along for the ride is Outdoor Adventure Foundation volunteer, Jacob Urbis. And both these guys are gonna have dual roles. They're both gonna be doing a little bit of filming, and they're both gonna be doing a little bit of guiding and calling. And they're gonna do everything they can to get Anthony a big old long-beard gobbler. And in order to kill that big old gobbler, they're gonna be doing a variety of things. They're gonna be doing a little bit of blind hunting, they're gonna be doing some running and gunning, and that's the beautiful part about turkey hunting is if your strategy ain't working, you just go ahead and mix it up. The guys get set up in the blind, and all they want to do is sit there and get a lay of the land, see if they hear any gobbles, and then they can make a move from there if need be. Now their calling must have worked because it doesn't take long before they see something moving through the brush.
Did you see him?
So all they see is a redhead moving through the brush. Now, they think it may be a jake, but that being said, jakes typically travel in groups. That's a very common thing. So there's hope that it may be a tom who's lonely and looking for a hen. So this redhead disappears and they don't know what's going on. And all of a sudden they look to their right and bam! There's 4 jakes that had snuck up on them when they weren't even paying attention. So that redhead before, it must have been a jake, and sure enough, he wasn't alone. But Anthony, he's looking for that swinging long-beard tom. So he decides to hold off and see if they can get on a big old gobbler. So the jakes move on and the guys sit for a while longer and they're not hearing anything, they're not seeing anything, there's nothing going on. And that's the beautiful part about turkey hunting is, if nothing's happening, you can pick up stakes and go out there and make something happen. Get aggressive on these birds. So the guys get set up in this beautiful bottom, and I love turkey hunting places like this. When you see a place like this, you just think turkeys. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna sit down, do a little bit of calling. So all of a sudden the guys look up and boom, there's a hen. Now it's clear this girl's there looking for the other hen that was doing all that yelping, but she's nowhere to be found. And I'll tell you what, a great strategy when you're turkey hunting is bringing in hens. The fact of the matter is, there ain't no way you're calling a tom off a live breeding hen. It just ain't gonna happen. So sometimes it's best to focus on upsetting that hen, bringing her in, and dragging the tom along with them. Sounds like a great plan, doesn't it? Well, unfortunately it doesn't work. So the guys, they gotta make a whole new plan. But first, they gotta think of it. Stick with us, Dream Makers will be right back. These dreams are made possible by Cullen Children's Foundation, Sanford Health, the Alex Stern Family Foundation, and Shields. Welcome back to Dream Makers, everybody. We've been turkey hunting with our recipient, Anthony, and he's been having a good time. He's been seeing a lot of birds, it just hasn't been the right birds. He's been seeing jakes and hens and everything in between, but no toms. But that's okay, because that's what hunting is all about. And the cool thing is they're going to a whole new spot. So it's a pretty awesome morning. It's nice and chilly and there's some fog going on and the sun is just starting to come up. They hear some gobbling in the distance. Now, as the sun breaks, they see their first turkey. All they see is a silhouette coming through the fog. They're not sure what it is. And it's getting closer and a little bit closer. And then they realize it's another hen. You know, this is becoming a pattern. All these hens showing up, no toms. It's almost to be expected. But then they see something they don't expect. There's a deer. And let me tell you something about deer. I love seeing deer when I'm deer hunting, obviously. But I don't like seeing them when I'm turkey hunting. There's something about them where they can just pinpoint you when you're on the ground. And what they often do is what all hunters dread. They do that terrible noise called blowing. So we've got to commend Anthony because he kept his cool and he didn't unleash that 12-gauge shotgun on that deer. Because I'm telling you, if you're a hunter, you've heard a deer blow and it is the worst sound in the world. But Anthony, he keeps his cool, and we're just joking, by the way, you can't shoot deer in turkey season, but he keeps his cool and he just continues hunting and keeps having a good time. So it's the last sit of this adventure, and it's been tough for Anthony. You know, he hasn't seen a tom, but that's fine because he's been enjoying himself. He's been enjoying the outdoors and having fun with everybody that's been on this trip with him. But that being said, it sure is a lot better when you're seeing what you're after. And just then, there's a tom strutting right out in the middle of the field. So now you may be wondering to yourself, there's a tom, why aren't they shooting it? Well, true to form, Anthony keeps his cool because this bird is a little bit further out than what Anthony's comfortable shooting. You got limited range with a shotgun, and especially with someone who's a new turkey hunter. So Anthony makes the ethical decision, enjoys the show, and lets this tom walk, and ends his turkey hunt with no bird in hand. Whoa, 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 whoa. Are you telling me Anthony doesn't get an animal on this trip? We're like halfway through the story and he hasn't got one yet. Well, okay, maybe I'm jumping the gun. We still got a lot more story left here. These dreams were made possible by Colon Children's Foundation, Sanford Health, the Alex Stern Family Foundation, and Shields. All right, let's get back into it. So Anthony and the guys from the Outdoor Adventure Foundation head out to the Badlands of North Dakota after antelope to try something different.
And you know, we're out here on the Schaefer Ranch with Barry and Nancy. They're such great hosts. And of course, Barry always has a good general idea of where the antelope are hanging. They're kind of territorial. The bucks will get their harem of does and stay with them. And it's so beautiful. The Badlands, their land butts up to the actual Badlands, the Roosevelt National Grassland. It's just beautiful.
So Barry and Nancy host the majority of our antelope hunters here, and they have a ton of success. Most of the time, they're having success like right out of the gate. And I'll tell you what, editor, how about we go ahead and show them what I'm talking about?
Good job, huh?
Thanks.
Yeah. You got him, Gabriel.
Right there then. Yep, nice and easy.
Perfect shot.
High fiver. 250 yards.
Good job. Just take your time and squeeze the trigger. All right, you hit him. Good job, Case.
So just like on his turkey hunt, Anthony's grandfather is going to be joining him on this antelope hunt. And that's a beautiful thing about what we do here at the Outdoor Adventure Foundation is these hunts are not just for the recipients. They're allowed to bring family members and enjoy the outdoors together.
I'm Arlo Thompson. I'm Anthony's grandfather, and we're out here on a antelope hunt out here by Medora, North Dakota.
So Anthony and his grandfather make it into camp and they go ahead and get all settled. And then what they got to do is they got to get out and hunt some antelope. And the strategy on this hunt is pretty simple. They're going to cover as much ground as possible and put eyes on as many bucks as they possibly can.
Oh, there's two antelope right here.
So it doesn't take long and the guy spots some antelope bucks. And these are younger antelope. I'll tell you what, on public land, these guys would be toast. But here at the Schaefers, they practice management. They let those little guys go and grow them up to be big. And that's exactly what they're gonna do here. They're giving these guys the pass and they're looking for that big boy.
We have as many whitetails as we do mule deer now,
All right.
so we drive around and I can just about tell you what's going to be where, because they hang in certain areas. He was right down here below us looking at us.
So it doesn't take long for the guys to run into another buck. And this is a good buck. He is a shooter. But the problem is he's on the wrong side of the fence and he's not in a good spot. He's way out in the open and it'd be hard to get in close for a shot. And that's the thing about antelope hunting is that they live in such open country that there's not much to hide yourself behind and it's often difficult to get in close for a shot.
Ooh, that's a nice one there, standing. Not taking off, no.
Maybe they'll run over onto that plots.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a nice rack.
So the guys get on another buck and he's a good one. and they sneak in behind some hay bales and prepare Anthony for a shot. Now the only thing is this buck works his way up on top of a hill and he's skylined. And that's not a good thing to do, shooting skyline animals, because you have no idea what's behind them. So the guys, they make the ethical decision and they hold off. So the thing is, this buck goes up over the hill. So they take the opportunity, they pack up Anthony's gear and they go up after him trying to get a shot. Now remember, antelope are extremely fast and this guy has covered some ground in this short amount of time. And he's joined up with other antelope. But the buck hesitates just long enough for Anthony to set up for a shot.
Put it right on the top of his back, or right on, there he goes.
Now this buck didn't get old and big by being stupid. And sure enough, he catches onto our hunters and he takes off out of there real quick. And that's the end of that deal. But that's okay, because we got plenty of antelope hunting left after we get back from the break. Stick with us, Dream Makers will be right back. These dreams are made possible by Colon Children's Foundation, Sanford Health, the Alex Stern Family Foundation, and Shields. Welcome back to Dream Makers, everybody. Now we've been on an antelope hunt with our recipient Anthony, and he's been seeing a lot of bucks. They've had a lot of encounters, a lot of opportunities, but they just haven't panned out yet. But that's all right. They are making moves to make it happen. So the guys come up on 3 more bucks, and one of them's pretty decent. A lot of people would shoot this guy. But the thing is they've got Barry with them, and he is an expert when it comes to antelope. He knows exactly how to judge them, which it's hard for most people to judge antelope when you don't look at a lot of them. But Barry, he knows that they can do better. So finally they spot their shooter, and the guys can tell this is a dang good buck. He's got the mass, he's got the cutters, and what's even better is he's in a good spot to sneak up and kill him. He's in a draw right below him, and it's gonna give him the perfect opportunity to creep up over this hill and hopefully set up Anthony for a shot.
I think they're gonna walk this way yet. There he comes. Get your safety off, and then when he stops. Okay, when he stops. Okay, there he is. That'll work. Let's go. Good shot. When they go down like that, you don't even have to worry about them. This was a good stock. This was a hunt. This wasn't a shoot off the road. This was a hunt. So perfect. When the does started coming up the hill, it was like, he'll follow. He'll just wait. He just momentarily stopped and you shot and down he went. Perfect.
There you go.
That's a nice antelope.
And you can lean in a little bit. Good.
I was excited to see that antelope drop. I was just happy inside. It does help me have a little fun in my life with this brain tumor. It doesn't get me down, it just gets you going. I would like to thank Barry and Nancy for their guidance throughout this mission of getting my antelope. I'd also like to thank the Outdoor Adventure Foundation hosting me to come out to Medora and hunt these beautiful antelope.
I was kind of gopher, but pack horse, carrying the tripod, it was fun. Turned out very good. He shot a nice buck at about 200 and some yards. One shot.
Good shot.
It's perfect to be able to have a hunt with your grandkids. I never hunted antelope before. Never had no idea what they did on an antelope hunt. It was fun. It was a fun hunt.
And Anthony got his antelope buck. His big outdoor dreams came true, and he lived happily ever after. The end. I'm sorry. I'm not crying. You're crying. Just a really good story. In the end, when he got his buck and everything came together and worked out and he got to do it with his family, sorry, it just makes me emotional. But that's what these hunts are all about here at the Outdoor Adventure Foundation. They're all about these kids with life-threatening illnesses and disabled veterans getting out there in the outdoors and having outdoor adventures that just help them to forget everything that's happened in the past and help them have a new perspective and outlook on life. And that is exactly what this hunt has done for Anthony, because not only did he get an awesome antelope buck, but he got to enjoy the struggle of the hunt. You know, he went on a turkey hunt and he didn't get one, but he didn't give up, and he went out after an antelope and got a perfect buck, and he had a great hunt. And that's what life is all about, because no matter what life throws at you, you can't ever give up. And getting down on yourself never helps you. And Anthony, we're all proud of you for sticking with it and getting your buck. Now, if you're out there and you've liked what you've seen on this episode and you want to get involved and make big outdoor dreams come true, all you've got to do is head over to our website where you'll have all the information you need to get involved and donate in any capacity you wish. You can also donate through our Spare Change app, where all you have to do is text Give to OAF to 21000, and any spare change that comes from purchases made on your credit card will go directly to our mission. Now, I want to thank you for joining me and listening to the story of the fall and rise of Anthony Thompson. It's been a great show, and I can't tell you how awesome it was to be able to bring it to you. And we've got a bunch of great shows coming at you, so you're going to need to tune in right here on Dream Makers.